right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another week of class. So we're just going to get started right away today. And this week, what we're going to be doing is learning how to read maps and talking about this thing called geography. So I know we should all have covered a little bit of this in Miss Matsunaga's class, but we're going to do it again just to make sure that you got it and make sure that we can do it my way too. So our objectives for the week. I want you to take a second and read over these. Go ahead, pause the video, and then when you come back, I will read them. All right, so our objectives for the week will be to define geography and this thing called topography. Topography. It's we'll get to it. And number two, I will explain why scientists need to be able to read maps. It's going to be very important for us to know why scientists need to read maps this quarter. And three, I will use maps to name the continents and oceans of the world. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page with that and that we all know where everything is. And number four, this is our big final thing for the week. I will use maps to discuss the shapes of several national parks. So we will get to that assignment at the end of the week. So our vocabulary, this is just a whole list. We'll go into detail on each one, but I just want you to take a minute, look this over, and get ready to move on. All of these can be noted down in your notes sheet as well. All right, so our first term is geography. Geography is it is a branch of science. It is the study of the physical features of the Earth and its atmosphere. Geographers use maps to study the Earth. So just a couple of cool things right here. So on the very right side, this is a diagram of the atmosphere. There's different layers of it, just like there's different layers of the Earth. We'll come back to that at the end of the quarter. And then right here, actually, I just thought this was really nifty. If you look up, this is the actual shape of the Earth, scientists think. So it's kind of weird. We always think we see globes and they're totally round, but the Earth itself is actually not round. It has some areas are higher up, like this red area right here is a big bulge. Same with over here, and then this is a depression. So we always think about the Earth as being round. It's actually really not. Just something cool I wanted to share with you. So maps are a representation of an area of land or sea that shows the physical features present there. Maps are important because then we don't have to remember everything about an area. Think about how annoying that would be if you just every time you went somewhere you had to like completely remember everything. So with this, we can go to new places. We can know where we're going when we go to new places. We might want to know where not to go. A lot of old maps, like there's a skull area right here. You might not want to go there. Some stuff like that. So, the continents and oceans of the world, we're going to take a second and try to remember all of these because we will be talking about throughout the rest of middle school these different areas of the world, and it's important that we know where we're talking about. So, if we look, this is a flattened projection of the whole Earth. We have our continents are North America, South America, Antarctica, Africa, Europe, Asia, and this one over here is called Oceania. You can also just say Australia, but technically it includes these other islands too. So that's why it's called Oceania. Then we have from left to right our Pacific Ocean over here. It's the biggest ocean. We have the Atlantic Ocean in the middle between North America, Europe, Africa, and South America. The Indian Ocean over here is named because this little thing sticking out right here, this is India. And then the Southern Ocean goes all the way around the Earth on the southern side. Go figure. It's the Southern Ocean. It's on the southern part of the Earth. And the Arctic Ocean is at the very northern part of the Earth. And you can just think the Arctic is very cold, and the farther north you go, the colder it gets. Same for south. Antarctica is also extremely cold. So what I want us to work on today is trying to remember all of them and name. There will be a quiz attached. I want to see you name all of the continents and all of the oceans. And then this is just the last thing we're going to wrap up with this today. So elevation, this is kind of a convenient way. I know Mr. Perry is teaching you all about these coordinate planes. So actually, what a map really is a projection of the three-dimensional surface of the Earth, because the surface of the Earth is not two-dimensional. It actually has three dimensions. You can go up, down, back, forward, left, right, and so there's three ways that you can move on top of the Earth. So it's kind of hard for us to represent that. So what we do is these maps, and we put them on pieces of paper, and we use color coding and things to show the differences in elevation. For example, in the ocean, we have it's blue, and then we have this is actually a mountain range that runs all the way down this ocean, sticks up higher than the rest. Then we have these red areas on land are also mountains. So if we look over here, Asia has a ton of mountains. Africa has this whole area of mountains right here. These green areas are lowlands, so like areas that are just flat. And we will get to the rest of that. But if you think so, we're projecting onto a coordinate plane onto a two-dimensional figure. So things get a little weird, but really what you can think of is the higher up on the y-axis we go, the more red something's going to be on land. The deeper we go, so the more negative we go, is going to be more green. And then the y-axis is, or the x-axis is just the latitudes and the longitudes. All right, so we're going to wrap up there today, and we will come back tomorrow and finish all this up.